Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium. As we'll see the number 22 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Gamecocks will put total effort to crank us up. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Working that left side now. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments. Now the play fake. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. It can get pretty wild in the Big 12. Some of these outposts are like snake pits when you have to go on the road. Got to get off to a quick start in conference play.
It is always wacky, Reese. Like, there's always something that happens in the Big 12, and somebody comes out of nowhere in the Big 12 every single year. So, starting in conference play, Palmer, these games start to really matter, really add up, and the pressure amplifies.
It's so true, too. When you think about the Big 12 conference, it just seems like teams get caught sleepwalking. So, you've got to start fast. And the challenge, I think, for these coaching staffs, these two teams, every week they've got to have their team ready to go, and it starts today.
And the Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They just keep firing. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception.
All right, good news, the game just got started. There's still a lot of football left to play. The bad news is, though, you've already now turned it over and handed the defense an interception. Quarterback's going to have to be more dialed in with his decision-making in this game.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. On the ground, it's Reeder. There he goes. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks. It's 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
1st and 10. They're down to the 25. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quick strike complete. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. Guys, let's chat just for a second about South Carolina. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these two teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
How valuable is a tight end in the red area? Now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
I love it. Find the big fella down in the red area. Big target, works the middle of the field, easier throws. Nice job by this offense, keeping it very simple.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. Sneak gets it done.
And I love it. This offense making no bones about it. We're going to be aggressive. We get the ball down in the red zone, 4th and goal, Palmer. Stay aggressive. They run the football, and they get the touchdown.
And that's the shocking thing, David, is that on 4th down, they have supreme confidence in this offensive line to win up front, one-on-one, get some push, and then how about the ball carrier just finding his way into the end zone?
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. Looks like he's going to bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And it's going to be a pick.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the 1st quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the 1st quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires it down the seam. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Stopped just across midfield at the 49, but not before he forces the turnover and sets up this offense. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Oh, and that's just like a penalty. They get in the backfield and knock him down for a loss of 5.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the Gamecocks will snap it on 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. This offense plenty happy enough with the result of that play, so they just let the official put that flag back in his pocket and decline the penalty. They use those back-to-back explosives to set them up 1st and goal. Looking for the goal line, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring this one out. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. That's caught. It's Henderson. At the 35, he's got room. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield.
One of the things I love about this running back is his versatility. He's not just good running the football, but he can catch it as well, and he can make things happen with the ball in his hands. Nice job by the quarterback, getting through the progression, getting it out to his guy, and he does the rest, and that generates a huge play.
Now they'll try to cash in this drive. 1st and 10 from the 50. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Right on target this time. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a 1st down.
And when you get zone coverage and you're running curls and the wide receiver sprints off the ball, you know what happens? That DB starts to bail, and that wide receiver comes back, and it's easy pitch and catch for the offense.
It's complete. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the 1st down.
That's why the bullet pass is so important. Sometimes these defenses, they don't give you big windows to throw into, and you want to take that chance, but you cannot lob that football down the field and get it in there. Nice use of the bullet pass, my friend.
There was tight coverage, but a perfect throw and catch, and they've got it at the 9, 1st and goal. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They want to throw it. Rushes on him. Got his man on the right. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the 1st period. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the 2nd quarter is about to get underway. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Might be changing the route. Wants to throw it. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Auburn! It's a much-needed life from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. If you're down, you got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
Out of the end zone. The ball pops out on the return.
Very rarely do you have a play on defense where you've got 30 yards head of steam built up to come make a collision. On kickoff and kickoff return, you do. And a lot of times you see big sticks and fumbles happen as a result.
So here comes the Auburn offense. They haven't had a whole lot of production nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far. And if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. They'll stop him at the 37, and the defense comes up with a big pick.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll go back to work on offense. Off-play action on first down. Throws to the wideout. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. Didn't have a lot of room to run after the pick, but he's done his job. They have it at the 44.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his second interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble.
Breaks into the open. Got the first down and more. Touchdown, Tiger. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On design runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he's coming out of the end zone. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. Finds his way up just short of the 40 to the 39-yard line before he goes out of bounds. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll go to the ground. Picks up the first down. And a really nice run and pickup there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
Trying to beat him to the corner on the right. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
Well, you saw the speed on defense on that play. It's 3rd and short. They're trying to go toss, but the defense's ability to go east-west and really scrape down the line of scrimmage, get to the ball carrier for a tackle for loss, now setting up 4th down.
It is loud in here as they try to help him get a stop on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch. It's Riddle. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. Gonna run it. It's Henderson. Fights off the defender.
You know, you better form tackle better on defense. You had a chance to make a big play, miss the running back, and as a result, he's getting positive yards. Defense has to do a better job of finishing.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll run play action. Got out of trouble and throws. Makes the grab. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking to convert, they'll go to the Wildcat. On the direct snap, it's Henderson. They make the stop, but not before the chains move and the Wildcat formation pays off.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And he makes another momentum-building play. His 2nd interception in the 1st half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll run it to the right. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
Wants to go up top. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper coverages, because this offense has shown that they're willing to be aggressive.
He hurls one deep down the left side. Wide open, he makes the catch. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, South Carolina. That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field, throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter, and I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Miami opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. Big implications today and a notable result as one team trends upward and the other has some work to do.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short.
Here we go, here we go.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's way too early in the game to say this is a must score, but man, you dug yourself an early hole, and this offense needs to capitalize. You're not getting the football after the half, so create some momentum now while you can.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Quarterback may change this route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating an explosive play.
Motion from the wideout. To the air on 1st down. He's looking deep. Who caught it? They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. This offense needs a little something to feel good about going to halftime. A chance to chip away here on 1st and goal. And the defense stuffs the run, and the ball will remain at the 2.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half.
Defense becomes even more heightened in this area of the field. You get the short yardage situations, the goal-to-go situations. They got to be dialed in. That's 2 big stops in a row by this defense, forcing a 3rd and goal, putting some pressure now on this offense.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And the offense, man, he couldn't find anybody open. Like, somebody's got to create some separation, or what do I do? How about I throw a jump ball to one of my big receivers out wide that can go up and dunk on somebody's head and catch the football? Maybe find my big playmakers and try to force them the ball down here in the red zone.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
This one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on 1st down. Snags it over the middle.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Ball down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. Makes the catch. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. The Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to throw, time running short in the half. And that'll be incomplete as the pass is knocked away, but there is a penalty flag down. Let's see who it's on. That offensive line grabbing and holding on, and they'll back up and try it again. Line getting set on 2nd down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Quarterback on the move, still looking. trying to escape and get it himself. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48.
And we've seen this several times now. Like, he is more than willing to take off and make plays. And you can tell the defense is starting to adjust a little bit. They see it. They know it's a pass, but they had eyeballs on him. And as soon as he took off, they ran to him, and they made sure they got him on the ground.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. He's got an open man. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. And here's the return. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. As they get ready to start this third quarter, think how big the lead might be if they'd taken care of the ball.
Well, the game might be over, Reese, but if you're on defense right now, you've gotten a couple turnovers early, and you're saying, okay, we're going to need to keep this up. We got to stay aggressive for us to have a chance to win this game, but we believe we can do it.
Yeah, you've already done it, so of course you're going to believe it. Keep playing fast, keep playing physical, and then tell your offense, hey, we need a little help over here. Can you help us out and put some points on the board?
Makes a pass to Marker. Still on his feet at the 45. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like, coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
Zings it complete to the right. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. It's first down from the 11. They'll go back to the ground. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Here's the handoff. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. QB draw. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. And the Gamecocks need to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Going for 6. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
Well, they're unable to come up with that one on 4th down, and I remember this as a player. You practice specific plays on 4th down for those types of situations, and you know all week against the scout team, they've gotten really clean looks, easy to execute against. They didn't get a clean look that time, so you chalk it up to the defense and take note of it next time. You might not run that play again if you're in a similar...
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
Wide open downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. The offense changing the play. Wants to go up top on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
He's got him. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure it to first down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Fires deep toward the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Yeah, taking the shot down the field, I love it. Offenses have to do that. A lot of times offenses get pretty conservative, but take deep shots down the field. Try to make those big plays. Trust your wide receivers and your big play guys to make those shots down the field.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
All right, you've dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing upright.
He wants to throw it again. He wants to take the top off. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Fair catch is collected at the 24, and that's where they'll start this drive. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. On that last drive, 4th and goal didn't exactly work out. They really need to pay it off this time, Jesse.
And they were so anxious and eager to get back on the field. They know they left points on the board. They let that one get away from them. They look like they are pumped up and ready to go here, Dave.
And listen, it was a good drive, so you got to remember that. But they got to realize, I got to get points. When I get in those areas, I got to capitalize. And they wanted a touchdown last time. This drive, they can go make it happen.
The Gamecocks come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Coming out on first down with the play fake. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Intercepted, and that total goes to 16. Looking for more room.
It's so easy to be up here in the booth and say, you should have put more zip on that. Sometimes you got to use the lob wedge. That time, you probably should have used the drop.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Prince. Hard running there. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but
catching stride inside the 15. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Man, we've been anticipating this top 15 matchup all week. Let's show you how things are playing out. Florida has the lead right now, but those Gator Chomps haven't come easy. They're in a tight one right now in Gainesville. They're up by a field goal over Ohio State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Quarterback making checks. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Takes a hit as he fires. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down.
Let's go, let's go. Ready.
He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Right down the middle. Hauls it in easily enough for the 1st down. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On 4th down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver or tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
I don't know what play they called, but I would call it again because the defense had no idea what was going on. The receiver comes wide open, catches the football, and gets the easy touchdown.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. The give to the tailback. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24.
Well, we're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more of that, I think, as this game keeps going on. They're trying to wear this defense down when the game is almost over.
He'll take it himself. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on 3rd down. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down. Big catches, big plays, tons of yards through 3 quarters for these 2 guys. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll go back to work with a 1st down in the final period. Using his legs, it's Reeder. Powers through the defender. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. A sweep. Try to get it outside to the right. Runs through a tackle. They were trying to hit the corner on that loss, but the defense refused to lose contain.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure right now on this down if you're on offense because your last 2 plays have gone nowhere. You know the defense just needs to get the football back to give their team an opportunity to go win the game. So you're probably going to have to throw to get this first down. A lot of pressure here on the quarterback there.
Yeah, and how I throw, I think, is important. This is a time where I love moving my quarterback outside the pocket, making it an easy throw, or let him run the football. And if he doesn't get it, the clock still ticks. It's still my friend.
And the Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. To the ground with the back. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down.
And how about the QB? We haven't seen it all game long, man. Nice job coming up big in a big moment in the fourth quarter. He says, nobody there, takes off, does it with his feet, and gets the first down.
Can't get him to the ground. Using that running game to bludgeon forward, he's got 4 down to the 35. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really wrap.
Turning it on! Oh, it's a fumble! And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble.
You start to get that offense going and start having success, you got to make sure when you get closer to the scoring range, I take care of that football. If you don't, coach is going to go, you on the sideline, you in the game.
The Gamecocks will line it up on 1st and 10. Run it with the fullback. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Now on 2nd down, they want to keep moving forward and keep that clock churning. Back to pass. Makes the grab on the left. Still on his feet. Touchdown Gamecocks. A great catch and run for 6. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the fourth quarter.
And he's not going to take the touchback. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens. And there he goes! Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. Big play like that to open a drive just builds the confidence. Now 1st down from the 46. Going deep. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the fourth quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Just keeps slinging it. Pulls it in. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Looking to throw on first down. And that is his 5th interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Trying play action. Buying some time as he moves left. Makes the grab. He'll be stopped at the 27, but it's a 15-yard gain. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. The give and tick, 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 tick. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing, you're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical 3rd down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
Gets rid of it. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now is taking out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place, and that time they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. So here comes the Auburn offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Fires left. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Well, that's another completion. This quarterback's on fire. I get it. He's thrown for over 200 yards in this game, but it's because he's got people helping him out. How about that incredible job diving out, stretching out, and hauling that pass in? Quarterbacks love it when they don't have to be perfect every time they throw the football. And this group of receivers, they are helping out their QB1.
Finds his man. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot to talk about that's going to be positive for this offense.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. He'll off one deep down the left side. And he throws yet another interception. Does he know which color jerseys they're wearing? He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. They'll send the back in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Just a little off. Incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
They'll try to get outside. Sweet cut there.
I think the toss does a really good job of getting the football on the edge quickly. You know, you toss it out there to the running back, you better block the defensive end. That's priority number one. Good job blocking the defensive end, getting a nice positive game in the toss play.
They go right back to it. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. And the Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Makes the grab. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
It's really easy to be a quarterback in an offense that runs the football and then runs play action. It makes it simple. It makes the reads easy. It sucks the linebackers and safeties up where I can just...
Going over the top. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least put a positive spin on the end of this game. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. To the air on first down. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins champion.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day, man. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. On third and long, try to convert through the air. Pass ball's incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
The Gamecocks decide to punt it away. Just needs a crack to get a return. They'll bring him down. The clock is at 0, and that is how this